Alright, just wanted to make a final kind of walk around after I got everything kind of sorted out for the most part. I ran all the lines back here. I had to run the cable over there. I wasn't able to get it to cooperate here in the middle without removing everything back here all over again. So that's just kind of the way I went with that. Can't really see it at all if you're just standing at the back. I did just finish. I had to shave the inside of the fenders here, so it's still all dusty. Cut a pretty decent amount out of there. I'm gonna have to figure out a little something to maybe hold the wheel liner up, but it seems like for the most part it is staying up. Same thing in the front. I went ahead and sanded down the inside of the fender here. This passenger front, I do have to get alignment done because it doesn't come in as much as the rest of the tires. The rears are fine after cutting the fenders. They tuck in, no issues. They tucked in before, but they did squeak a bit. But this is pretty much sitting at what I like to have it for my max height for pulling in and out of places. Gives you a good amount of clearance, as well as with the front lip. I can fit my whole phone and almost my hand underneath the car, so that's way more clearance than it's had before. I got more pictures of it lowered on my Instagram here, DOHcam7. But give me a second and I'll air it down and show you what it looks like all aired out. Alright, I'm going to try to get a little bit while I'm standing here, but it's going to be hard with one hand. Watch your toes. So it's tucking real nice here. It's pretty much as low as you can go, at least with the 20s in the back. These are, I believe, 35 for the profile. Not 100% sure. And then the front, this is the driver's side. This side tucks pretty nice. It does touch a tiny bit. I believe I can go a little bit lower once I get that wheel pulled in. And of course down here, you could fit about a credit card and a half through the back of the guy here for the lip. The front is a little bit higher on the lip. Just also depends on the ground you're sitting on. And then this guy right here, you can see is just catching on the tire. So I don't really go this low usually because it's kind of hard to see, but you can see it kind of messed up the carbon a little bit right here. I'm gonna put it back up to where I usually have it. Sorry if I keep rotating the camera here. So it doesn't go up by much, but it just barely sits on the wheel typically. I don't think this side did much of anything. Yeah, usually when you go down from one height, it saves it a little different. So like I've kind of mentioned in the last videos, it's not really a how-to, more or less what I've kind of run into along my way due to the fact that there's not a whole lot of information on installing these on C7 Corvettes. So if anybody has any questions, feel free to just send me a message. The easiest way is probably just right on my Instagram at DOHcam7. Give me a follow if you'd like the content that I post. But other than that, ask me any questions if you have any. Have a good one.